Hi everyone. I want to kind of do a follow-up post and just kind of share some areas that I think that we get wrong in training, and I think that this is true for sprint coaches, distance coaches, for sports coaches. These are things that I think that we get wrong that we could do a better job about, and I kind of want to give a little bit of like an analogy of different things that we do wrong within training. And so, what I want you to do is imagine you're in a really hard workout and you get a recovery, you're sweating, you're doing all these other things. You walk over this table, and on this table are a few glasses. This basically has what you're going to use to recover and to get ready for that next rep. And the first glass you come to, it has air. That's it, nothing but air. Um, it's not going to really help you a whole lot. It's, maybe if you get it in your head well enough that maybe it may have a benefit to it, but in all reality, physiologically speaking, it's not going to really benefit you. To me, this is equivalent of doing no speed work at all. Um, maybe going and doing something that isn't speed, you wouldn't even consider speed work, but calling it speed work. Like you go and run a marathon, you're like, oh, I did speed work, something like that, to where it's just non-existent within your training. It doesn't really help you. It's not going to help you recover any of those things. That would be the first glass you come to. Second glass you come up to is a glass of muddied water. Now, it's not super chunky, it's not all mud, it's not all dirt, but there's a good amount of dirt in there. There's a couple like maybe roly-polies, something like that. So where like you may get like an immune boost from it, but like there's enough of other stuff in it that you're not going to really truly get a recovery benefit from it. You're not going to feel better, your thirst isn't going to be quenched. That thing. That is what I would consider to be kind of like muddy in the water, to where you're going and doing, you say I'm doing a speed workout, and you're going and doing like repeat miles, something that doesn't actually look like speed at all. Now, you may get a slight speed benefit from it, but in all reality, it's not actually what you're calling it. So that's the second glass of water you come to. Third glass of water that you come to is going to be hose water. Now, if you're like me, you grew up on hose water. Like that's what you drank when you were outside playing. You're doing whatever it was. You'd run to the hose. You get some hose water. You go right back out to playing. There was immune boosting to it because you had these things in there. But we also know that like there was a risk to it. If you're drinking from the hose, you may not be recovered as well as if you had a bottled water. And also at the same time, you may get sick from it. This to me is kind of like doing things that are kind of close to it, to speed work, but not quite there. So it's doing things like, hey, I'm doing a speed workout and running repeat 200s or repeat 400s, and try and say you're doing a max velocity workout. It's you're getting some speed benefit from it, but it is not really geared towards actually, targeting speed. That's what I would consider that kind of workout or that kind of recovery drink. Now, the next one up there looks a lot more appetizing. That one basically is a thing of like filtered sink water or like refrigerator water or whatever it may be. It's good. It's going to get the job done. You're going to, feel better after drinking it. But also at the same time, like it feels like it's missing just that certain something to like fully make you feel better. That would be equivalent of doing something like, hey, I'm doing a speed workout and you're doing a speed endurance workout instead. You're doing a speed endurance workout. You say you're doing a speed endurance workout, you do like a special endurance workout instead. Like that would be like the equivalent of doing those things. So like it's not very far off. It's getting the job done, but there's just that little something that is missing that makes it like really, just really hit the spot. The last one you come to is I want you to imagine your favorite bottled water or sports drink or whatever it is, and there's a full glass of it right there. When you drink it, it's going to hit the spot. You're going to feel better. You're going to be ready to go for that next rep because everything's going to feel good. You're not having that, your immune system isn't having to fight off anything while you're drinking it. It's just, you're ready to go. That is what I think is the equivalent of doing an actual true speed workout. You're doing everything that you need to. You're allowing proper recovery between the reps and repetitions. You're not looking for a fatigue state. You're not saying it's a speed workout while you're doing a speed endurance workout. It's staying true to what you're actually doing in the workout that you intend to do. This is what I feel like the purity of speed is. All too often we muddy the water. We go grab water out of the hose. And while they have benefits, and we know that the immune system is going to become stronger because of it, and if your goal is to kind of strengthen the immune system, then that's great. It's going to have that benefit. However, if your primary goal and your primary focus is to make sure that you are improving your speed, then anything else we do to take away from that is not benefiting that main goal. And this is why I feel like why we lose some of the benefits of speed, and we don't train it properly. All too often we muddy the water, and we don't allow speed to really truly come out. Why this is important, especially when it comes to distance runners, I hope to cover that later on this week. I have another post in mind, some thoughts and stuff, so stay tuned.